always a different way of framing events. So obviously, I can't speak to what's behind the reporting dispute here. The New York Times account of this is different than CNN's account. What I ask myself as a longtime editor is there a possible way to square the circle here? Is it possible, if you strip out the analysis and the context that each news outlet is providing, what have we learned that's actual facts? Can they both be true? The New York Times reported that in late 2016, an initial decision was made by the CIA to think about exfiltrating, bringing out this agent, and then only later that the agent refused, and only later, as Jim reported, did this actually occur. To me, those are both very significant reporting revelations that seem to not be in dispute. So what are the things that aren't in dispute as you, the editor or the reader, are trying to understand? I think this is a big story. Russia, by the way, responded in its own coverage. It was the Russian newspaper Kommersant went ahead and put out the name of this alleged agent, and along with information from unnamed Russian officials saying he was a low-level lackey in the Russian embassy here.
Right, they're trying to minimize how significant this was.
Exactly. So, you have to put this all together, and this is a spy story. These are the hardest kinds of stories to understand what's going on.
I think movies will be made about
Brian,
this one. Yeah, Jim, last
word.
But
if I can, listen, there have been a lot of stories written. The prior consideration of exfiltrating the source was also in our story. So there is no conflict there. And what happened, as you know, is that with stories like this that particularly involve the president, that the messaging machine, including Fox News, sadly it's a fact, moves into motion and cites details to the advantage of a counter narrative, right? Which often does not. Which often does not reflect the reality of the story, but I know you deal with that every day, Brian. So I'm not telling you anything new.
It is.